Hey, this is Matt Gregg, head women's basketball coach, Warner Pacific University, and we are doing a special edition of Full Time Out today, and we are awarding our champions of character for the institution. We're going to start off today with Darbi Pink, women's basketball player, 4-year player at Warner Pacific. I nominated Darbi for many things, and the 5 pillars of the NAI are integrity, sportsmanship, servant leadership, respect, and responsibility. And I really think that Darbi embodies all of these, and that's why I had nominated her. I'm going to have her tell you a few things about herself with some questions, and then I may come back if she doesn't say the things that I want her to say and add a few things, okay? You ready to go, Darbi?
I am. Let's go.
Okay. So tell me about your 4 years at Warner, and we'll start off with just your basketball accomplishments.
Okay. So my 4 years at Warner were all really good. I made lots of lifelong friends that I hope to stay in touch with. I'm also following my passion of teaching elementary ed, so that's what I got my degree in. Basketball accomplishments, the number one was I was captain my senior year, so I thought that was really awesome. I was able to be a leader on the court and off to a group of girls. I also was number 2 for 3-pointers, number 5 for all-time steals, and number 10 for
one other one. What was it?
What was it? One other one? In all-time shots made, I believe.
Shots made. That's a lot of shots.
That is a lot of shots.
Very good. Very good. So, so tell me about what you did off the court with your team, what you did at the school, and try to be as detailed as you possible, because I know you work at the school as well, and then what we did as a team.
So my job for school, I worked 3 years as a peer mentor. So what a peer mentor does, I did 2 years with FYLC, which is first year learning communities. So I was in charge of about 10 to 15 students, and I met with them weekly to kind of just walk them through the ropes of their first year of college. And then my 3rd year, I was a peer mentor for transfer students. So I was able to work with students more of my age, juniors and seniors that come in and transfer to Warner, and kind of do the same thing, walk them through the ropes of Warner as well. I was also, this past year, I worked for Kimberly Love. I was the retention and student success intern. Basically, we followed up with students and professors, helping students stay on top of their grades and offer any additional support they may need. As a team,
and hold on a second. And Kimberly told me you are a rock star at that too, and you're doing it from home as well. Because I talked to her on Monday, I believe, and she said Darbi's the best. So always encouraging words for you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And then as a team, what did we get into?
So as a team, we got into Pollock in the Park, where we served homeless people in our community of Portland on Sundays for a few hours. We served them hot meals. We also did fundraisers that helped give back to our community. So we are very community based. Yeah. And
you were probably one of the most involved players throughout your time with our 6th man, Lexi, right? You guys have kind of had to develop a special bond, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely say Lexi and I have a pretty close relationship.
And so tell me what this award means to you.
To me, this award means that I have put in the effort and energy to reach out to students across campus, whether that be in athletics, creating relationships with students that aren't just athletes as well, that are in different majors, maybe music majors. Like I said, as a peer mentor, I was able to kind of have a group of freshmen that I was able to mentor and show the ropes to. And so I think that was really helpful, just kind of be a leader in all different aspects, not just on the court, but also off the court. I had relationships with professors and coaches. That was also very helpful.
Yep. You did a great job with representing Warner Pacific and the women's basketball team, both on and off the court. And your 4 years, it's really weird because we had a Zoom meeting with the new team coming in to not have you there, right? Since you've been there for 4 years, it's just weird to not see your face on those things. So it's going to be a lot of changes for both of us, I think, from here on out. But Darbi, you just did a great job for us basketball-wise. You know, as a captain, you kept people in check, and you weren't afraid to call them out when they needed to be called out, and you weren't afraid to hug them when they needed a hug. So I appreciate you on that side of things. And then the things that you did off the court, I think everybody in the community just would be remiss if they weren't saying good things about you all the time. So that's always good news. And I'm sure, you know, I always feel when people tell me how good my kids are, it makes me feel good as a parent. So I'm sure that your parents are feeling pretty good today, and I think this is kind of a cool award as well. So we appreciate you, Darbi, and we'll definitely stay in touch.
All right, Coach. I hope so. We better.
All right. Good to see you again.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Hey, moving on to our men's champion of character is Josh Hernandez from the men's basketball team. He was nominated by his head coach, Jared Valentine, who's joining us today. Jared, Josh, good to see you guys.
Good to see you. And your beard.
Yeah, I'm trying to look like Josh. I'm going to tell Josh that in about 30 years, bald head and beard, this is you. So just stay away from the chips. Just know your future right now, okay?
Right.
All right. So, Jared, I'm going to just ask you a few questions. We're going to jump in, get your take on Josh and why you nominated him, and then Josh will come back to you, okay? So, Jared, since you nominated for Josh, tell me the qualities that you felt Josh possessed to earn this award. As we look at the 5 pillars of the NAI being integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership, where does Josh fit into that picture?
Josh, I do actually think is one of those rare guys that ticks all those boxes. He demonstrated all those qualities in his time playing for us. You know, servant leadership. He does a lot of service things in his community through his church. He on the team is one of the most selfless guys. Definitely one of the hardest workers. Always on time. Dependable in the classroom. I leaned on him at times for counsel and leadership within the group. Just a all around had a very, very successful tenure on our team.
Those are great guys to have on your team they kind of have the heartbeat of your team, and you can go to them and find out how things are moving on. And
sure.
Yeah, that's a great quality to have. When you recruited Josh, what did you see in him that was going to make him a good fit for your team?
Definitely in the intangibles that I was just talking about. One of the things about Josh is that when it came to skill set and ability to affect the team play, when we recruited him, he wasn't at the level that we needed him at. But we knew he could help the team in all those other areas. The wonderful thing about Josh's career at Warner is he did develop into the type of player that could help us on the floor. And you saw that at times this year where he was able to get out there and be very successful for us. And I think that, again, that's just a testament to his character, and he was able to persist, absorb the teaching that we were offering him, work on his game, work on his body, and he got himself to the point where he was effective.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so how did he help you guys this year being part of the team? I know you talked about a little bit of the leadership quality. What else was kind of a key factor for him?
Well, you know, he has a good body, good physical body, so we use him in the middle of our zone at times. I think a highlight for him was over at Eastern Oregon. You know, Miles got in some significant foul trouble in the first half, and we had to use Josh for some extended minutes and scored some buckets and got some boards and did some really positive things for us in a critical time in the game. And then we were able to win that game eventually, and it's largely due to Josh's effort. So those were the kinds of ways that he participated or contributed to the team in terms of wins and losses on the floor. But again, you know, off the floor stuff, all the intangible stuff when it came to being a leader in the locker room, helping guys in terms of being, counseling them and having a wise ear to listen and give him good advice. I know he was doing a lot of that behind the scenes, and you and I can't do what we do without guys like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Josh, we're going to move on to you now. And, one of the things I think is even more important than winning an award like this is just hearing the things that your coach has said about you. I think you spend a lot of days together, and for him to say all the things he's done and to nominate you for this award is really a big deal, I think. Tell me how you felt when you received this award, when you knew you were nominated. I think our athletic director, Mike Wilson, called you and filled you in on the news. What were your first thoughts?
Honestly, for a second, I forgot that we had postseason awards because we weren't able to do our all athlete, fortunately, due to our current circumstances. But once he called me and told me that I won this award, I felt pretty honored because, I know there's a handful of guys on my team that would be well deserving of this award. So for that reason, I felt really honored.
Yeah. Jared said a lot of nice things about you. And, where do you think these traits came from?
I would say these traits came from how I was raised and how my parents brought me up. It's without them and their guidance in my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So from their life lessons, it helped me out tremendously. That's
awesome. There's I saw you a lot this year, and I know you didn't get a ton of run, and for athletes, it's always disappointing. How did you keep yourself motivated and stay positive and really, the one thing I really saw was your bench decorum, how you handled yourself during games. So you did, maybe you're not even playing the game, right? But you did a great job of staying positive and upbeat for your teammates. So how did you keep yourself motivated during that time?
Well, during those times, it was hard. It was very hard because every athlete wants to get on the floor, and, if they could play the whole game, they would. But sometimes you just got to accept the role that you're given. And for me, what helped me stay positive is that seeing my teammates be successful. And because we all have the same goal, we want to win. So when I saw them being successful, and it was due to, me helping out, being positive, and helping out, being supportive on the bench, that's something I just had to do. Someone has to do it. So I decided to take that.
Yeah, and my son played with you for a while and loved playing with you and loved your good nature. But one of the things he always told me about you was your work ethic was undeniable. In the weight room, on the court, you were always grinding no matter what. And I think that's a testament to the way you actually changed your body. I mean, I saw you come into open gyms, a couple years ago, and I was like, this guy is not playing, right? And then this year, I saw you playing on the Skins team. I was like, is that Josh Hernandez out there? Look at that guy. So unbelievable, your work ethic, right? I mean, that is something to be commended for sure. Josh, we just want to definitely congratulate you on this award. And, John Wooden once said, be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because character is who you are and reputation is what people think you are, right? So it sounds to me like you've got a good head on your shoulders. You know where you're going. We talked a little bit before we got started about you graduating at the end of the summer. Congratulations on that. You've had a heck of a time at Warner Pacific. And on behalf of the athletic department, man, congratulations on receiving the Champion of Character Award.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm very honored, and I really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Jared.
Of course. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.